Hi, Jose Gomez from CloudFolios. I wanted to go over one of the fundamental pieces of CloudFolios, which is the actual folio that you can create that contains your art. Now, with CloudFolios, you can create as many folios as you want. Folios are either collections of items, they could be a series of artwork that you're doing. They could just represent a bucket you want to put stuff in, like, for example, a bunch of single releases that are not series based. So you can use them for a number of different reasons, but they're essentially like folders for your art. In this case, we have our CloudFolios demo folio. I'm going to click on this, and if you notice, when I click on my folio, I can see all of the artwork that's contained inside of that folio. Now, I can also edit the folio, and today this is the focus of the video tutorial. I want to go over some of the settings for your CloudFolios folios. First, you have the name of your folio itself, so you can call it whatever you want. This could be the name of your series or collection. It could be a miscellaneous, just again, name for a bucket, whatever you'd like to call it. The next is the brand that this is associated with. With CloudFolios, you can have multiple art brands. It could maybe one for your gallery, one as an artist, or maybe have a few different artist brands, but you can create different brands. You would select that from this field. And then the actual release date of this specific folio, or the specific collection or series. You can also put a brief description. And this is kind of an internal description for yourself to describe the, what the contents of this particular folio are, or what the purpose of this particular series or collection is. And you can expand that out a bit into a full artist statement for the collection or series, if that's what you're using the folio for. Next, you can place tags in the system so that it'll make this particular folio easier to find. So maybe this edition is about fire, and so you might put, fire or love or passion or green, whatever you want, whatever words come to mind whenever you think about this particular folio, you'll want to use those words here as your tags. And this becomes very important as you create multiple folios. Once you have several dozen, you might want to find one that's related to something, or you might not remember what a particular edition or series was. So, you might want to search for it. So use tags, as much as you can to index your folios. The next is the style of folio display. We have a few different types of display. The system defaults to gallery, which is kind of the side scroll view that I'll show you in a moment. But we also have a few other types of display, such as like a photo album. We have like a portfolio type view. We have a comp card view. So there's a few different types of styles you can display your folios with. Next is the privacy setting. So your folio can either be private or public. So making the folio public means that others outside of your account can see it. Making it not public means that it becomes private just for you. The default privacy for the artwork that's uploaded to this folio is here. So we want to make the art public by default or private by default whenever we upload to this particular folio. This is really important. Once the folio is public, you might have work that you, by default, when you upload the work, you might just want to make it private until you've finished setting up titles and all of the edition data, and then make them individually public. But that's your decision to make. And then whether this portfolio or collection, whether this folio contains your work or it does not contain your work. That's really important for collectors because it does change some of the display settings based on whether it's your work or whether it's not your work. So important there. And of course, you can save your settings. Underneath it, you can delete a folio. Be careful, because once you do that, you're going to delete all of the artwork that's contained and any of the records that we've maintained for those folios and those pieces of art. On the right-hand side, if you go back up to the top, you'll see the folio address. So every folio gets its own kind of display address, public address. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this one. Let's jump into this address here. And you can see the folio's display is a gallery view of the items inside of it. So this is all the artwork that's in there. And I can click. This is automatically created for you. All you have to do is upload art to your folio, and our system automatically creates this for you. I'm going to click on the little cloud icon real quick just to get us back into our account. And we'll go back into Edit Folio page. Underneath the Folio address, you'll see the website publishing settings. What this is for is so that you can actually put your folio, this individual folio, into a website that you've got anywhere. So all you do is just copy and paste this embed code here, and our system will allow you to publish all of the works live from your folio to your own website. And as you make updates here, it will automatically update on your website. What we ask here underneath here is, to let us know what specific URL on your website this folio is hosted on. That way we can set up all the links correctly when we generate the folio on your website. This is a really great feature to try. This makes it so that you're centralizing the management of your folio, all of your artwork here on CloudFolios, and it gives you a perfect incentive to just do everything here so that it'll automatically push the updates to your website and push it to our system as well. And then finally, underneath you have some framing options. So whenever we generate the views of your gallery, so as you saw earlier, you saw the framed views of the photography, we can make some decisions on how to display that. So you can display them framed or unframed. You can specify a hex color for the frame that you'd like to use for this particular collection, whether you want the images matted or unmatted, and then what color the mat is. So this is just for the digital display within your gallery. You can make those choices and, of course, save the settings whenever you need to. And those are all your basic settings for folios. If we go back to the folio itself, you see that you have your artwork that's here. Within the folio, you can change the order that they appear in the digital display. You can delete items by clicking on the little trash can. You can go in and edit the photos themselves or the artwork itself. And you can also choose to make things public or private. So if you see the little blue ribbon with the lock, that means that this is a private image. It's now removed from public display. By clicking it one more time, we basically unlock it, and now it's available once again in the portfolio view. And that's as much as today we're going to cover about the folios. Feel free to ask questions, and we'll do our best to answer it for you. Have a great day.